I just wanted to set a disclaimer. When I do readings, I get into the energy of the person that I'm channeling. So I'm seeing things from their perspective with their logic, which means it may sound like I'm justifying things that I don't, as Rosie, I don't justify, I don't agree with. It's just their line of thinking, and that's kind of how I conduct my readings. I get into the mindset of the person so that I can better understand why they do the things they do, and why they think the way they think, and how they're going to most likely act in the future. Oh, and all the dates that I filmed were on the 12th, and here's a screenshot to prove it. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Rosie. Welcome back to my channel. I know that the only videos I've really posted on here so far are drama, readings about the YouTube drama going on. I actually have a deep love for cold cases and unsolved crimes and mysteries and conspiracy theories. So I am going to be doing a few readings here and there on cold cases and on conspiracy theories, and just to look into it, see if there's any details that I can kind of find from it. So I'm going to be doing those readings a little differently. As you can see, I bought this this tarot deck specifically for these darker themed readings. It's called the Steampunk Tarot. It's by, Barbara Moore. And I'm going to put that down in the description if you guys want more details on that. I'm also going to be using the Dark Mirror Oracle. I have that. Everything's going to be linked down below. Potentially going to be using the Numerology deck and the Moonology deck in this here and there. It's something experimental. Let me know how you guys like it. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments down below. I'd love that. I am going to be using the book just to see. I'll explain. So when I go to, let's say I pull the Emperor, right? If I open up the page, there's no reverse meaning. So I'm going to be interpreting the reverse meaning for myself, just intuitively, and I'm going to be looking at the quote and the core meaning, these two sentences of each of the card that I'm confused about. I may not even reference it. It depends. It honestly depends. I'm going to be going in cards, like 3 cards at a time, and I'm going to try to see if it tells me a story and what I get intuitively from it. And before I cover the cards with more cards, I'm going to be looking up anything that I want to look further into. Sometimes as well, certain cards, like for example the Hierophant, it'll say reading tip. And sometimes it'll say if this card is next to these specific cards or is near these cards, it means this. So I think that each deck is very interesting and has its own interpretations that deviate from the traditional meanings. So this is an experiment. So whatever I feel compelled to do, I'm gonna do. And we're gonna see how that works. Because these are darker things that I'm looking into and trying to figure out. So I'm just going to read what I can and see what I get. And if this video flops, it flops. If it succeeds, it succeeds. And let me know if you want more. Leave suggestions maybe for cold cases. I do want to say I want to shy away from anything that's really recent. I don't want to take the chance of like a family member of a victim of some sort stumbling upon this reading and being offended. So even though that's bound to happen probably at some point, I don't want to offend anyone. This is honestly just stemming from my own need for the truth when the truth is not something I can find, and at the same, I could definitely be wrong about any of these cases. This is all speculation, so disclaimer please. I am not claiming to be able to solve mysteries. I'm trying to look for answers where no answers are provided. That doesn't mean I'm going to be accurate, nor does it mean that I'm claiming to be accurate, okay? I might be, it depends. And I don't think I'm the one to decide if I'm being accurate or not. So I mean no disrespect. I'm just hungry for answers, and I'm turning to my cards to see if I can find any patterns or clues to mysteries. So now that that's out of the way, I'm going to mix up my cards. Today I'm going to be trying to look into the Wayfair conspiracy. If you guys don't know about that conspiracy, I'm going to talk about it just for a little bit while I shuffle. People have been finding these cabinets and these pillows, throw pillows and stuff on Wayfair, but instead of being like $35 or $200 like they normally would be, they're like $22,000 and like $10,000 and really expensive. And they're labeled or named like very strangely, and it almost seems like regular people's like names, and then certain names that people have been looking them up, and they're names of missing children. I know recently one of the children it's been debunked, because she released a video saying she wasn't missing, and then the FBI was like, yeah, no, it was a mistake on our part or whatever, and they haven't updated the site, but it just seems very random. And then I watched her video, and she seems, in my opinion, a little bit off. I don't know. I got a very strange feeling about it. Again, I claim in no way to know for sure. You know, these are all, conspiracies. They're theories. So yeah, whoever's listening, don't kill me. I'm just a girl in a house with some tarot cards. If you guys want some more information, more details about this conspiracy, I'll link it down below. A couple videos I thought explained it really well. So that'll be there. And as I was researching for this, I even found, because they like wiped a bunch of these things from Wayfair. Like if it wasn't true, right? Because they're saying it's complete garbage and it's not true and there's no claims for it, and Wayfair saying it's not, there's no trafficking going on. But then why would they wipe all of those listings away then? They like got rid of all of them that were being claimed to be weird. Like, and to me, just in my opinion, if it's not true and there's no claims, then why are you destroying the listing? Right? Like if it's just someone trying to sell their dresser for $20,000 and someone buys it, there's no harm, no foul. Someone bought a cheap dresser for $20,000. That's not, right? That's like not a crime. I mean, it's really unfortunate that someone would be that stupid to buy a cheap closet for that much money. But there's no crime being committed, so why destroy the listing? That's where I'm coming from. And I started looking stuff up on Wayfair to see, and I found something like London, Wayfair for London. I'm going to put it up on the screen now. I found this nightlight linked from one of the videos that I'm putting in the description. And it's like $20,000. It's really odd. And they do still exist on Wayfair, so they're not scrubbing everything. So that's a little backstory. I'm going to start pulling now for this. Okay? So I'm going to stop shuffling when something jumps out. Perfect. Okay. And I'm wondering if I should take from the top or the bottom. I think I'm going to take from the top. So, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull some oracles. And then keep going. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. So the Fool is up here, everything looks a little magical. The moment before the first step is taken. The idea of fresh starts or new beginnings in the Fool is emphasized if one or more of the aces or pages are present. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The suits of these cards can give an indication of the pertinent area of life, coupled with one or more of the Knights, the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, or the Six of Swords. Travel can be indicated. Well, the Chariot's right here. Six of Swords is here. So we have the Six of Swords that indicates travel, and the Chariot, which indicates travel with the Fool. Okay. And then the Ace of Pentacles is here. So maybe I should do 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, like have 1 and then 3 and then 1 and then 3. Again, this is really experimental. I really feel like the Fool should be in the front of this. So you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to take these two. Just have this here. And then I'm going to take these two. And then I'm going to start with these guys. I know this is odd, but it's just something I'm compelled to do right now. And this is here, for sure. this. So 1, 2, 3. Put it right in the center. See, okay, I'm finding the flow now. 3, 4. That works really well. And then 1, 2, 3. These 3 here. Yeah, that works for me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that works for me. So the Fool is the energy that we're looking into, and then these 3 are. So this is movement, this is travel, and then blinded to pain, this is someone being blindfolded. I haven't even looked this up, but it's the blindfold. Someone's being blindfolded. I'm gonna read this intuitively. Forgetting oneself. So they want you to forget who you are and adopt a new identity. You're very close to achieving your goal. Look at the bigger picture in reverse. So like they don't want you to look at the bigger picture. That's what that tells me. They don't want you to look at the bigger picture. The Chariot indicates movement. And then the Ace of Pentacles, they said, also indicates movement, as well as the 6 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, no, that indicates the reason why. That's what it was. So, I mean, Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles is money. Making money. 8 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. So it's traveling, but it's also stopping someone from traveling. So it's taking someone very close to achieving your goal. Okay, those are the 2 I'm gonna pull. I'm still up here. Self-love. Weird. Blinded to pain. I'm gonna look at these 3 real quick. Here's the Chariot. The triumph of will in difficult circumstances. So the defeat of will in difficult circumstances is what I got for the reverse. Despite any concerns you may have, I'm in control of the situation. So not being in control of the situation. Maybe this is from the victim's perspective, right? The Fool. Not knowing what's going on, being told to abandon the idea of who you are, forgetting oneself. Blinded to pain, being blind to what's coming. Self-love. Four of Wands in reverse. If you don't have a good time, it's your own silly fault. Celebrating the culmination of events over the achieving of one's goal. What the heck? I just read the meaning of this card. But this is in reverse. And saying you're very close to achieving your goal. So it's like the people around them feel very close to achieving their goal when they are doing this. And the goal being the money. I'm guessing this is the goal. That's what I'm seeing this is being painted as. This isn't a special day. If you don't have a good time, it's your own fault. Of course they're not having a good time. They're being taken. It's like they're telling them this. So I'm going to say that any reverse cards is, whatever it says, is not being met, or not being created, or not being agreed with. Like, I don't agree with what I'm being told. That's what this is. So it's like, if you don't have a good time, it's your own damn fault. Silly fault is what it says, but I hear damn fault. It's your own damn fault. Learn to love it. Forget who you were. You're someone else now. And then 8 of Swords. It's easier to solve a problem if you can see it clearly, so you can't see. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Look, she's blindfolded. Just like her. And look where I put it, right above. It's easier to solve a problem if you can see it clearly, a precarious situation. So I'm going to say the core meaning remains, but the quote is the thing that's the opposite. So the quote is, it's easier to solve a problem if you can see it clearly. So that's why they make sure that you can't do that. This is the victim's perspective. So the victim feels like they have to love themselves. Otherwise, they're going to go insane. Rely on yourself for love, because there's no love to be had. I don't like that. Her bound hands may be immobile, but they can still feel the luxurious, finely woven silk of her skirt. The scent of her own fear coats her nostrils. The back of her tongue shivers with the metallic taste of anxiety. The short, sharp gusts of the moving blades generate soft wisps of air that touch her face. She's denied sight, unable to see her surroundings. Every sensation is sharply unexpected. Looking at her paralyzed by and glistening with her own fear, it's easy to judge her, for there surely is a way of escape if only she would focus, because she can't see it. blinded to pain. She doesn't know what's coming. I have a headache. I mean, I should have expected it. It's like a celebration being torn away from them. They're being robbed of themselves, of their life they knew. Okay, I'm moving on to here. I'm moving on to here. Perseverance. You have to be, you have to, if you have a hope of finding yourself again, or escaping. You have to persevere through whatever you're put through. I mean, this to me seems like there is an aspect, maybe not everything on Wayfair, you know? Maybe not every entry that's like that is sex trafficking, but some of them are. I see that. Envious gluttony. Is this me that correlates with forgetting oneself? Ace of Pentacles. How does it feel to hold the potential of the world in your hand, an opportunity for prosperity? Yep, it's getting money. It's like, oh, it's my lucky day. I got this. I took this person. I have opportunities now that I can distribute. Oh, I hate this. All of the aces are good omens and bring favorable energy to a situation, but the Ace of Pentacles holds even more promise. It uplifts all the cards in the spread. So it's like, this is the fuel. This is what's going on. The Hierophant is like, I'm teaching you. Six of Swords is like relocation. We saw that. That means traveling again. Being brought from one place to another. And then the High Priestess. She's completely batty, I tell you. Didn't say a word that whole time. Just sat there smiling at me. Something that can only be understood through experience. Ugh. So this is like, forget everything you know. We're going to teach you how you're supposed to be now. Surrender to the divine. But I don't think it's the divine. It's like, ugh. It's telling them to surrender. It's a different context. There's no divine. That's a time for healing in reverse. Yeah, no shit. Ew. God. Yeah, I'm gonna put all of the ones that I've used, the numerology cards that I've used here, and all of the Moonology cards that I've used here. And I'm just gonna go down the row. What else does it have to tell me? Tell me a story. Oh, okay. Guess I'm starting there. King of Wands. That's the one that came up before. Okay. I want this reading to be really long. Guess I'm starting with these. Synchronicity in reverse. Don't let things sync up. Wanting to keep someone from noticing a pattern. Work through your fears in reverse. Nothing to see here. I also heard for this, sorry. But work through your fears in reverse. Don't work through your fears. They want to control through fear. They want to control their victims through fear. Fragmentation, calling the storm. King of Wands, gonna look King of Wands up. Two of Wands, look again with the blindfolds. You see this imagery? This is like dance for me, forcing someone to perform, but they don't know where they are and they don't know what they're performing for. King of Wands, if only we'd stop trying to be happy, we could have a pretty good time. Someone who is driven by will, inspiration, and passion. Next to doubt. This is like a ringleader. So there's like a big guy in charge of the whole operation. Fragmentation. Wanting to take people apart until they don't recognize themselves anymore. Or it's taking an idea, breaking it into pieces, and then scattering those pieces in different locations so no one can find the source. And then calling the storm. I want to see the words jump out on the page so I can connect the dots. Bargaining. Power comes not from the inside, but from connection and integration to a greater whole. Pull and release, push to the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be, but then so if the eye is the only peaceful place, seeing where you are, knowing what's going on, and then they blindfold you. The lovers. Ugh, this is a matchmaker. But, yep, it's taking a victim. Blindfolding them so they don't know where who they're performing for, or where they're going. Matching them up with someone saying, this is what you need to know now. And then the Hanged Man. Little shift in perception, that's all that was needed. Willing surrender to an experienced situation, but... Oh no, this isn't in reverse. Willing surrender. Little shift in perception, that's all that was needed. That's Stockholm Syndrome. That's forcing someone into submission until they accept their reality that they're being presented. Traditionally, the hangman represents sacrifice. This is gross. Today for tomorrow, to sleep, perchance to dream. So it's like forcing them into submission through inducing sleep or their perception, drugging them. Today for tomorrow. I see that some victims bond with one another, but then they're separated, like when you have a cat up for adoption that has a sibling, and then they get separated. That's the energy there. Relationship change, see? It's like forcing people apart, forcing people together, matching people up with people they don't want to be with. Slavery. A new start is coming, see? Forcing a new start, an eclipse, a new moon. It's like not being able to see the moon. Blocking your perception, blindfolding. There's so much blindfolding imagery. Let me look up the Nine of Cups in reverse. Come in and welcome. Your every desire will be served with a warm smile. Order carefully. People are being ordered. Like their bids being placed. This is what they tell the people. So it's like, okay, so you see how this card is reversed? It's like the drinks that are being sold, they're behind her. The perspective I have is of the victim, right? And the perspective that the person that's stepping up to the bar is having is they're seeing the selection and they're being able to choose. So basically the reason it's reversed is because this is the perspective of the victims. And then what this card is saying is what the customer is being offered. It's saying, come in and welcome. Your every desire will be served with a warm smile. Order carefully. And order carefully. Ooh, I just got chills, guys. Order carefully. That's why the listing is the way it is. The prices are the way they are. It's deception. Order carefully. Don't get caught. Don't get caught buying what you're buying. Because, you're just buying a pillow. Wink. Ugh, I hate this energy. Core meaning material, emotional, physical well-being. Yeah, you'll get undamaged goods. That's what I just heard. Ugh. Nine of Wands in reverse. Let me see something. There's a reading tip. If the card appears with the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, or the Ace of Pentacles, that was the one that's right under it. Look, ooh. I'd go buy a lottery ticket. If it's accompanied by the devil, be wary of dangerous overindulgence. There's no devil, but that's lucky. Like, oh, if you have the coin, we have what you want. Everything's for sale. Oof. I don't like this. Strength, Ace of Swords in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse. As the great bard said, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so, an opportunity for a new way of thinking. So in reverse, there is no opportunity for a new way of thinking. You're going to think the way we tell you to think. Strength. Thank you for your kind aid. Instead of devouring you, I will serve you. Calm, control, and healing that brings strength. Instead of devouring you, I will serve you. Again, manipulation of perception. A little goes a long way. Find that connection, feel the strength. Do not forget to apply it with a light touch. That's like manipulating the victim's perception so that they become obedient. Nine of Wands in reverse. Preparing for the next challenge. We'll have just enough time to batten down the hatches before the storm hits. In reverse. So this was an okay, that's good. Unexpected storm to mess all this up, which, good. I want all this to be destroyed, please. Thanks. So they didn't have enough time to destroy the evidence. Preparing for the next challenge is the core meaning, though. Yeah, I'm going to do these in threes because this is a lot. And I think we're getting a lot of answers really quickly. I'm going to do one more round. That's it. I don't know how I feel about this format. Maybe, guys, do you think I should live stream this? Let me know in the comments if I should make these into live streams. I guess I'll start with that. And I'll go down. I feel like these should be switched. I don't know. The moon in reverse is exposing secrets. And it's a major arcana. I think a major arcana should go here. If I pull a major arcana, that's going to go to the front. But look, see, this card lingered, so I guess that's the next one. 10 of Wands. Queen of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords. Yeah, what I'm going to do. So if it's a major arcana, that's the most important. It goes there. If it's a king, that goes first. Queen next. Knight, and then a page. I know it doesn't make sense, but it'll make sense when you see. So there's a major arcana that goes there. This is a queen. Then we have a 5, a 10, and a 10. So this is more important. Those are just the more dominant energies, in my opinion. If you guys have any questions and want me to elaborate on that, leave a comment, and I will. You. Mm-hmm. Personal growth in reverse, yep. I see that. Oh, down here. Spirituality. That's the... we'll get into that. It's the last time, so... That one. Okay. Yeah, I'm shaking. I'm gonna stop after this one. The last one. So, personal growth in reverse. Self-explanatory. They want to stop your personal growth because you're not a person anymore. Believe in the impossible in reverse. You ain't saying stop believing in anything. That's... The moon in reverse is always, 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 no matter what deck I use. If the moon is there, it's secrets. If the moon is in reverse, it's revealing secrets or exposing a secret. And I think that I don't even have to look up for that. I'm gonna look up for anything related to the moon in this deck, but that is self-explanatory. That is revealing, like, that's the conspiracy theory, is that we've basically uncovered something we weren't supposed to. As a collective. Or whoever figured this out. It was unexpected to everyone that this would be uncovered, basically. Where's the moon? There it is. It was also strange, and I cannot remember it properly well. You know how dreams can be. A situation of flux and uncertainty, fraught either with deception or the revealing of important truths. There you go. I already explained that. Is there anything? Yep, reading tip. The moon is a tricky card, so much of its interpretation will depend upon the question and the surrounding cards. If the High Priestess is present, it was at one point. Where was it? The High Priestess was here. It was down here. It was the first one. See, this is why I have to I'm only going to do 3, I think. So the High Priestess is here. Focus more on internal intuitive work or experiences. The Devil card is present. It's not. I didn't pull it. Or other cards that lend an unpleasant feel to the reading, such as the 7 of Wands or 3 of Swords. 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. No 3 of Swords, no 7 of Wands. It's possible that someone is keeping secrets or withholding information. It's easy to assume that other people are lying, but it's just as easy, perhaps even more common, to lie to oneself. So that's kind of what's happening. It's like, no, don't say that. These conspiracies are ridiculous. They're stupid. It's the same thing they did with the whole Pizzagate thing. And I know that they're... Go watch... Guys, if you're watching this, I'm going to link it. Watch Out of Shadows. I watched it last night. Blew my mind. It has like 16 million views, and it's only been up for 2 months. And it's getting buried in the algorithm. No one wants you to see it. Just watch it. Just a warning, it's really dark. So if you get triggered easily, maybe don't watch it, but I think it's worth fighting through it. For it. Just trust me. Anyway. Very relevant to this. I promise. It's not just a tangent. So, the moon is the uncovering of secrets. Artificial heart. They want to make you into a robot. Obsession. I don't even have to say anything to that. 4 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Swords in reverse. He may have all the swords now, but I warrant someone will find something else to stab in his back. A victory tinged with defeat. So a defeat tinged with victory. That's them saying what you found is all made up and it's ridiculous. That's that. That's what they're trying to do right now. That's what they're trying to circulate. To cover up the tracks. 7 of Swords. Who is the thief and what exactly is being stolen? Someone has taken something. Oh wow, look at that Illuminati eye. Just saying. Just saying. It's there. It's not in all the other cards. It's not in every card. That's... Just so you guys know, if a card is in reverse, it doesn't always mean the opposite. So I'm also going off of my intuition on that, and I think this is the meaning that it is. Four of Cups. No, I don't want any tea. Can't you see that I'm busy? Dissatisfaction with reality. We're not satisfied with what really exists. We don't want people to know what exists. So we're putting a spin on it. This is just some crazy story because people are bored. Sure it is. Okay. The last thing, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. So maybe there's a woman behind the Wayfair thing? Could be. Gilded regret. I regret what I'm doing, but I'm still doing it. Parasite. Feeding the leeches. That's what I heard in my head. Spirituality. I think that the people behind this are very involved in spirituality, just not for the right kind of spirituality. A new romantic cycle begins in reverse. That's not, no. That's, what's going on is not romantic. Ugh. Nauseous. Oh, look. 777. Queen of Cups. This is a gift, it comes at a price. Well, there you go, right? Someone who supports and nurtures emotions, relationships, and artistic endeavors. So, this is a gift to certain people that are disgusting and horrible, evil people. It comes at a price, that price being your soul. I'd imagine so. 10 of Swords. This came up in my drama reading I did earlier with Trisha. So this basically means giving up, letting something die. I don't really want to unpack that, to be honest. Start with the 10 of Wands, because that's the first thing I turn to. What is more burdensome, the past that is known or the future that is unknown, carrying a large burden or many burdens? In reverse, they don't feel like it's a burden. It's like, don't worry, this is gonna get covered up. You don't have to worry. There's no burdens on their shoulders. They're shameless. Shameless. 5 of Pentacles. There we go, turned right to it. There is no sugarcoating it. These are hard times, very hard times indeed. Physical need. Could be the victims being deprived of physical need, or it could be, you're between the lines, guys. Read between the lines. And the last thing is 10 of Swords. Well, thank goodness that's over. Surrender to unpleasant or unfortunate circumstances. See? Oh, guys, whew! Crisis averted. They don't worry, they think it's crazy. No one believes that that's a thing that's real. Oof, we almost got caught. We have to be more careful. I don't even have to pull charms. I'm not gonna. I need to do a deep cleanse tonight. Okay, that's the reading. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can improve this format, or any suggestions on what other conspiracies I should pull for, or cold cases, I'm gonna look into that too. Please let me know in the comments down below. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, please look at my description. It has my email that you can reach out to. It's $15 for the first reading with me. We schedule it over the phone on Discord. Any readings after that, it's $30. My website's www.roselyse.com if you want more information about me and the things I do, how I do what I do. And please like and subscribe. This was a really heavy thing, and I do want to look into more of these. I'm just going to space them out. Dark energy. Stay safe, guys, and keep your spaces clear of negativity. All right? See you in the next one. Bye.